Welcome to The Soft Life with me, Candy Washington, where we explore all things self-love, manifestations, and relationships with a cheeky dash of pop culture news. So be sure to subscribe, share, and join us on Patreon. Guide to self-care. As always, I'm your girl, Candy Washington, and I'm so grateful for this time that we have together with you. Dun, dun, dun. So let's see, you know what I'm going to say, a little bit of housekeeping. Be sure to subscribe, rate, and review if you're listening to this on one of our podcast platforms. And if you're watching on YouTube, also be sure to like this video and subscribe and share with a friend, because your journey to self-love and self-worth is always easier with a little bit of support. So with that, let's dive into today's episode, which is the top 5 ways to release anger. Dun, 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 dun. So let's talk about it. How to release anger. I would say the first way to release anger, I'm going to say, is to get a professional to help. A therapist, a counselor, a life coach, whatever you feel most comfortable with, because I think that anger is such a complicated emotion. Usually it's just the surface emotion. Usually under anger, there's resentment and there's hurt and there's trauma and there's pain. And it's so deep rooted that I really think the best way to release it is to get a professional to help you through that process. Someone that can really guide you, who can get you to the root cause of what is causing your anger, how to move through the anger, and then how to get out better on the other side of it. So that's my first one. I definitely think that getting professional help, again, therapist, spiritual guidance, counselor, whatever, life coach. Sorry, guys, my coffee. So whatever you feel the most comfortable with, get someone to help you through this, because anger is such an insidious emotion and feeling that you have. So that's my first one. My second one, I think, is practice self-awareness. So a lot of times we are angry and we don't even realize that we're angry. Are you popping off at the customer service person? Are you easily agitated? Are you quick to are you quick to anger? Do you get agitated and irritated really quickly? Are you very fretful? Are you anxious? Can you not relax? Does everything set you off? Do you always have a problem? Does somebody always have a problem with you? Are you getting into fights, whether it's physical or verbal fights? Do you just feel nasty and mean? Do people say that about you? Do people think that you're abrasive? Do people think that you're off-putting? These are kind of signs that you might be dealing with some anger. And the fact that you haven't looked at the root cause of the anger, which is, again, why I think you should work with a professional. When you don't look at the root cause of the anger, you're projecting it in all these different ways. You're really angry about some loss or some trauma or something that happened to you. But instead of looking at that, you lash out at the grocery person, you lash out at your children, you lash out at your friends, you lash out at your significant other, coworkers. You're lashing out because you're not dealing with the root cause of why you're angry. And usually why you're angry is due to some type of hurt, loss, or trauma. So practice self-awareness. How do you show up in this world? What is the experience of you that other people have? Are you coming across abrasive? Are you nasty? Are you short-tempered? Are you impatient? All of those things are signs that you're probably dealing with unresolved anger. So practice self-awareness. Ask people, what is your experience of me? I think a lot of people go throughout this world being irritated, agitated, popping off, going off on people, and not even realizing how they're coming across. So I say practice self-awareness. Bear witness to yourself. Take accountability of how you show up in this world. Take accountability of how other people experience you. And I'll give you a very transparent, personal example of this. For whatever reason, I'm usually a very patient, calm person. But the things that really trigger me is if I'm on the phone and it's like customer service and I have to tell my problem to 5 different representatives, and it's just like, oh, how may I help you? Well, I just explained this 25 times. Like, that really grinds my gears. Like, that gets me really, really irritated. And I always have to just, do some things that we're going to talk about in order to check that. But that really, that activates my pain body. And pain body is a concept by Eckhart Tolle, which is where you feel that anger, you feel that heat, you feel that agitation, like physically rise up in your body, right? Because anger, you feel it in your body. So when I get that feeling, I have to learn how to check it and how to manage it. I don't know why, but it's just so irritating and it just really gets to me. And I have to remember it's not this person's fault. Does this person deserve me being disrespectful? Does this person deserve me being irritated and agitated at them? Am I frustrated? Yes. But does this person deserve that? No. So you kind of have to be able to bear witness to yourself and to check yourself and to take ownership of how is this person experiencing me in this moment? Because how I feel is my business. How I feel is up to me to check and manage. It's not this person's job to manage how I feel. Okay, so that's the first. So that's the second one. Bear witness, create the self-awareness. The third, I would say, is to physically get it out of yourself. Cry, run, scream, break something in a safe environment, in a safe way. I don't mean like break a person or break something in your house and it's a mess. No. Break something in a soft way, but physically get it out of you, physically get it out. Really just get it out of you. A lot of people don't cry, but crying is such a good release. A lot of people don't scream and just let it out, but that's such a visceral and human thing to do. Get it out, because anger consumes. And if you want to release anger, you have to release it. Allow yourself to cry. Allow yourself to scream. Allow yourself to feel anger. Allow yourself to get pissed off. You're allowed to be pissed off, but you're responsible for what you do with that. But you're allowed to feel it. So allow yourself to feel it. Allow yourself to feel the anger. Allow yourself to be pissed off. Allow yourself to scream and to cry and to do what you need to do to get it out. Because again, usually anger is just a mask for hurt, loss, or trauma. And we're just really scared to feel that hurt, to feel that loss, to face that trauma. So it's easier to be angry than to be hurt, abandoned, ashamed, rejected. So allow yourself to feel the feeling. Where are we? Are we on 4? Yeah. So the fourth one is identify what the anger is trying to teach, show, or protect you from. So usually anger is a protector. It's a guard. We're angry because we're trying to protect ourselves from something, right? So identify what is it trying to protect you from. When did you feel this level of anger before? Did someone hurt you? Did someone abandon you? Did someone leave you? And your mind and your body is trying to prevent you from feeling that hurt, loss, or trauma again. So it gets angry. And anger is the way that you are protecting yourself from being vulnerable again. The anger is the buffer to your vulnerability, because you're scared that if you are vulnerable again, then you will be hurt again. So identify what is that anger trying to protect you from? What is it trying to teach you? Maybe there's some hurt and healing underneath that you haven't gotten to yet. And what is that anger trying to show you? Maybe it's trying to show you a wound that you still have that needs to be tended to or to be healed. But identify it. What is this anger trying to protect me from? Is it a fear of abandonment? What is it? What is this anger trying to protect me from? And I think with that, you also want to cultivate a relationship with your anger. And what I mean by that is when you feel yourself being angry, when you feel yourself being agitated, or even when you're not, go in, go deep, and ask your anger, what are you trying to show me? What are you trying to tell me? What are you trying to protect me from? See where that guidance leads you, and then say, anger, thank you for protecting me from this. It's okay. You can leave now. I have it from here. Name your anger. Talk to your anger. Cultivate a relationship with your anger. That way, you know that you are in control of you. That way, you know you can feel your anger without becoming an angry person, because those are two different things. You can say, in this moment, I am angry. I'm angry because of X, Y, and Z. My anger is valid. But I'm not going to allow this anger to overcome me. I'm not going to allow this anger to dictate my life. Thank you, anger, for protecting me, because I know you're just trying to protect me, but I got it from here. I can handle dealing with my own pain. I can protect myself in healthy ways now. I have the discernment to know who to be vulnerable with and who not to be vulnerable with. I got it from here. I trust myself. I can protect myself. Cultivate a relationship with your anger. That way you can release it. That way you can feel it. And that way you can control it. But it's having that awareness. I'm angry now. I'm angry because I can feel my anger. I can identify it. I know what the anger is trying to tell me. And I have the power to release it. You can be angry. It's okay. Just don't let yourself be consumed or controlled by your anger. And that's where being conscious and self-aware comes in. And then fifth, have a self-soothing plan in place. So again, it goes back to when you feel that pain body and when you feel that anger come up and you're self-aware, you're like, oh, I'm being triggered. I'm getting angry. I'm getting upset. I know that this trigger, this anger is because it's trying to protect me from being hurt, abandoned, judged, criticized, trauma, whatever it is. Oh, I'm aware. I know all of these things are going on. I'm also empowered with the tools to take care of myself in this moment. So I'm feeling the anger. I'm acknowledging it. I'm going to go for a walk. I'm going to disengage. I'm going to call a friend. I'm going to call my therapist. I'm going to journal. I'm going to go for a swim. I'm going to do whatever it is. I'm going to take a hot bath. I'm going to breathe. This is a big one. Okay. This is a big one. And this is one that you can do in the moment and at any time. When you feel yourself getting triggered, when you feel yourself getting angry, when you feel that pain body rising in your gut and in your chest, take a moment to breathe. Focus on your breath, and you can do any type of breath work you want. I do breathe in for 4, hold for 4, breathe out for 4, and I do that over and over until I've calmed down, until that anger has subsided, until that frustration has subsided, until that pain body has calmed down and cooled off. At any time, you are allowed to disengage and breathe. You're on the phone with that customer service person. Hey, can you hold on for a second? Do it, right? You're arguing with a spouse or a friend. Hey, you know what? It's getting heated right now. Let's take a timeout. Let's take a break. I'm going to go for a walk. Do your breathing. You're engaged in a Twitter battle or an Instagram war or a YouTube beef or whatever it is online. Get that awareness. Hey, why am I engaging? Why am I fighting? Why am I angry? What is going on right now? Take a beat, disengage and breathe. Focus on your breath. Calm it down. And when you take that moment to stop, to disengage and focus on your breathing, that gives you time to think. That gives you time to be aware. That gives you time to make conscious decisions in the moment. And that will usually de-escalate a situation. It will usually help you to feel better. and it will usually help you to calm down. But you need that level of self-awareness, because when you see people go off, it's usually you can almost see a look in their eye where they're not even there. They're kind of just like on autopilot. They just kind of black out and they just go off. When you really see people arguing or people being angry, or they're just subconsciously doing it, right? So take that moment to get present within yourself and say, hey, I'm getting angry right now. Why am I getting angry? What is this anger here to protect me from? What am I doing? What is being activated? What is being triggered? Let me take this moment to disengage and to breathe. I would say that is the number one first thing to do when you feel the anger. Disengage and breathe. And then use your tools to self-soothe. Whether it's doing something in the body, whether it's the crying, the screaming, walking, exercising, taking a nap, taking a bath, calling a friend, whatever it is, getting support. Have those tools at your disposal for when you're being triggered and you're being angry. So that's my 5 ways to release anger. The first, seek professional help, whether it's a counselor, a therapist, a spiritual advisor, a life coach. Just get someone who has the education, the objectivity, and the experience to really help you through navigating your anger. Because again, anger usually is just a mask for hurt, loss, or trauma to get you to that root cause. The second is practice self-awareness. Be aware of what your triggers are. Be aware of when you start to get angry. Be aware of how other people experience you, because the energy you bring into the room is your responsibility. Are you being abrasive? Are you being hostile? Right? Be self-aware. Take accountability of yourself. The third is to get it out physically. Cry, scream, break something, hit something, obviously safely, but just get it out. Better out than in. Get it out of you. The fourth is identify what the anger is trying to teach you or to show you or protect you from. Cultivate that relationship with your anger. Thank you, anger. I know you're just protecting me, but I got it from here. Cultivate that relationship with your anger. What are you trying to show me? What are you trying to teach me? Talk to your anger. Name it. Because once you talk to something, once you face something, you take away its power. Anger has power over you because you don't want to face what the anger is trying to mask. And last, have a self-soothing plan in place. When you feel yourself getting activated, disengage. Focus on your breathing, become present in the moment, and then use your tools. Whatever it is that makes you soothe, that brings you down, that calms you down, that cools you off, do that. But disengage, practice on your breathing, and get present in that moment. So I hope this helped you. And if it did, be sure to join me over on Instagram at Candy Washington. Give me a follow, a DM, and always tag me with your aha moments, and I will be sure to show you some love back. Also, be sure to check out the description box and our show notes for some free goodies, where to connect, and everything else that we have going on. And don't forget to share this with a friend, because your journey to self-love and self-worth is always easier and more joyful with a little bit of support. So be well, and until next time, take care of yourself and each other. Ready to unlock your true potential and manifest the life of your dreams? Then I've got something super special just for you. Our mind-blowing self-love and manifestation courses. Picture this: a journey of self-discovery where you'll find a deep well of self-love and acceptance. Say goodbye to self-doubt and hello to unshakable confidence. Our courses are designed to help you embrace your worthiness and tap into the incredible power of self-love. But that's not all. We'll also dive deep into the transformative world of manifestations. You'll learn proven tools and techniques and strategies to align your thoughts, beliefs, and actions with your wildest dreams. So get ready to create the success, happiness, love, and abundance that you deserve. So what are you waiting for? Head over to candywashington.com/courses to get started. Again, that's candywashington.com backslash courses.